Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. So today we are going to be ranking all of the trophy titans in FIFA 23. I want to say before we get into anything on this video, a huge thank you to everybody who's been watching all of the videos, all right? The reason I want to say this is that this is our most viewed month on YouTube in my entire journey of YouTube. Now, it's not the most money I've made because some months are a lot better on YouTube. Like, you guys probably have heard that, like, end of quarter 3, quarter 4, towards the end of the year, it's really crazy with the ads. But it's besides the point. I'm very grateful for everybody who watches all these videos. We just had our most viewed month, I think, of all time on our main channel. So thank you, everybody, for watching the videos. I'm glad that you enjoy them. They will continue. I know the last couple of days, we haven't had as many uploads. Not too much to do, but today is the perfect day to do the tier list for the Trophy Titans. Now, I did want to say we did one for the Foot Birthday team a week or two ago. If you want to watch that, you can. I like doing these tier lists too because I feel like it's a good way to kind of organize and talk about the promos as a whole. I also really like them because throughout the year, we usually end up getting a lot of these promo teams that we review in like player picks and stuff as the year goes on. So people can kind of go back to the videos and see what maybe my thoughts are. We did that with the World Cup Heroes. We've done a couple of these with Foot Fantasies. We're going to do this with Trophy Titans now. And if you enjoy it, thumbs up is appreciated, guys, as always. Obviously, with Trophy Titans, we've got some heroes in here as well. So we've got a couple tiers. We've got S, we've got A, we've got B, we've got C, we've got D. So for me, S is just going to be like 1 or 2 or 3 players. That's it. We're going to do Team 1 and we're going to do Team 2. And yeah, I like to be really strict with my rankings. So we are going to start off. I'm going to put Keane in the A tier. I believe that Keane deserves to be in the A tier. I think he's a very good SBC. I think that he is, affordable as well. So that helps, right? And I also think defensively, he's just perfect. I think the only thing he's really missing is probably potentially a little bit more pace and maybe just a little bit more of that presence that Vieira has. I think he doesn't have that, but he is very good. I wouldn't put him in S tier, but I think he's an A tier. And by the way, A tier, phenomenal, right? Phenomenal tier to be in. All right, S tier, Zidane. 5-star, 5-star. Absolutely incredible card. I love his mid. I feel like his mid just passes and moves different, right? And this card is so much better. I mean, there's a reason he's so expensive on the market. So he will be our first player in the S tier. I'm going to put Casillas actually in the B tier, maybe even the A tier because he's so affordable. He's actually really good. I know that a lot of people have bad experiences with every goalkeeper in FIFA, right? But for what it is, I think he makes a lot of really good reflex saves. I think he's very fast in net, so I'd put him in the B tier. All right, Rio Ferdinand. It's tough for me to not put him in S tier, but he's definitely an A tier. The only problem with Rio is that his dribbling responsiveness and passing in bad gameplay is noticeable. And with the way that sometimes people do constant press, if you have bad gameplay, that's going to be his flaw. But other than that, absolutely automatic. What I noticed, though, is that the best center backs in the game, which I believe are Lucio, Team of the VVD, Ramos, and like maybe even Maldini Prime, I feel like they all dribble really well. So when they win the ball, because of their high dribbling stats, you're able to kind of turn out and play out quick. And sometimes with these more auto defender center backs with worse dribbling, so like Rio, Desai, I feel like sometimes it's harder for you to build out quickly, and then you kind of get stuck on the ball. And yeah, I don't know. So I put him in A. I think Essien also in A. I think Essien's phenomenal. If you consider the price as well, I think Essien is really, really, really underrated. So I'd put him in A. I think he's awesome. Unfortunately, I'm going to put Baby Torres in D tier. Lil Bro Torres does not belong in anything higher than the D tier. I'm going to put Baby Lam in C. I was expecting way more from him. He's so weak. He is really solid in the midfield, but I just think this card is missing quite a bit. I love Lam, by the way, guys. He's one of my favorite players in real life. I try not to let the biases get into these rankings, but I think he's just too weak. I think he gets bullied, and I think now that we have some of these higher physical players in this game, it's noticeable. All right, Del Piero. Why have EA gotten rid of his weak foot? I don't know. Confusing. All right, I did the Bergkamp objective. I'm the idiot who did this. I'd probably put him in D. Honestly, he's not good at all. 4-4. He's very generic. I'd probably put him in D. Maybe we could argue if we want to put him in C out of sympathy for me. But, yeah. All right, Roberto Carlos, A tier, awesome, right? Awesome. The only reason why he's not the best is because of Capdevia and Teo Team of the Year. He's really good. He's got the 5-star skills. Obviously small in game, but fast and good at defending, so he'll go in A tier for me. Miroslav Klose is going to go probably in... I just think he's D tier. I think he's not good. I tried him. Again, love him in real life. Couldn't make it work. I know he got the upgrade, I think, with the weak foot, but just was clunky. Just couldn't make it work. Didn't like his dribbling animations. I'm going to put Freddie also in D tier. The 4-star, 4-star, medium. He just feels very generic. I'm going to put Donovan in C tier. I know that Donovan is probably the same price as Freddie, but I think Donovan is actually okay. He's very usable in the attack. He's nothing too special, but I think he's a bit better than Freddie, so I'll put him there. All right, Yaya Toure, obviously S tier, right? Unbelievable card in FIFA 23. Any version of Yaya Toure is super elite in this game with the way it plays. He's amazing. His long shots are great. I think the thing about Yaya Toure that's ultra unique is just crazy how his runs are in the attack, right? His forward runs are just mad. All right, Torres. I would put him edge of B tier into the A tier. I thought his weak foot was really noticeable, and I did think he was really jammy. Do I feel like he's on the same level as these 4 players? It's tough to say. He's probably in the upper B tier for me with the 5-star weak foot. It's a tough one. I think Torres is always kind of missing those insane animations, but he gets it done. I tried him out. I liked him. So I'll put him in the B tier. All right, this version of Lam, I would put in the B tier as well. He got even more physical upgrade, even more defending. And I think if you argue that you can move Lam into the DM role, into the midfield, he can play that kind of Conte role. So you could potentially actually, you could say, all right, well, he's A tier as a DM, and you could make it work. I'd probably also put him in B tier. I feel like that's fair. Del Piero is going to go in the A tier. 5-star, 5-star, probably more towards the top of the A tier. Still has that lower, I think his balance, right? So that's still sometimes noticeable. And obviously 89 base pace. I'm not going to put him in A tier for an attacker with that, but he is very good. Bergkamp, this card is really, really, really good with the 5-star skills. Again, probably still lacking a little bit in the pace and the 4-star weak foot, but I would put him in the top of the B tier. And then Lucio is the best player in this promo. So Lucio, for me, if you could choose any player in this promo, I think Lucio is the best. I think he's the best center back this version on the game. And that makes sense, right? We've got 3 players in S tier. I like it. Lucio, Zidane, Yaya, no order, right? Lucio is the best. Del Piero, Rio, Keane, Essien, Carlos, that feels right. Bergkamp and Torres and the prime Lam in the lower tier. Casillas, very solid. I like this. I think this is a good list. I don't really want to switch anything. If we want it to be yeah, I think this is right. All right, so this is Team 1, and now we're going to go to Team 2. Let's see if we get, any conflicts going on here with Team 2. Ollie with the 5-star skills, I think he's not in the D tier. I'd probably actually put him in the C tier, maybe even the B tier for the price. The one thing that would let you down with this card is the dribbling. Even though he does now have the 5-star skills, the dribbling will let you down, but don't let the price fool you, right? Just because he's cheap doesn't mean he's bad. I'd probably put Michael Owen in B or A. I feel like B, I'm comfortable putting him in B tier. I think he's got good shooting. Passing's a little bit low, but the skill upgrade is really noticeable, and it's a nice card. I'd also probably put Lampard in that B tier. Super solid card for Lampard standards on FIFA. Usually doesn't have good cards. But then it's all right, well, he is 450K, and he's only got 75 agility and 75 balance. So do we want to be really, really critical with our tier list and put him in C? Because it's tough to justify that agility and balance. You can make it work at DM. We'll put him at B. Xavi, I'd also probably put in B. I know he's really expensive, but I don't think I would put him anywhere higher than B. His dribbling is outstanding. His passing is also outstanding, but 700K and you still have a center mid with 76 defending, 78 physical. So I think you got to watch out. It's tough to know exactly what to do with him. I guess you can use him as a really attacking box-to-box, but that's a tough one. Stevie G, I kind of want to put ahead. That's kind of crazy, but Stevie G with the all 80-plus stats, 93 shooting, 93 pace, 93 shooting, 93 passing, 82 pace. That's a little bit low, but he's got the 5-star weak foot, right? And that's awesome. 5-star weak foot is really nice with 93 passing. That's why I rate De Bruyne so high in FIFA, right? Because he's got the 5-star weak foot. He can pass on both feet. It's really nice. Okay, obviously, R9 is S tier. This is the only version of R9 that does not feel clunky. He's absolutely ridiculous. It's that card where I tried him out the other day and you shoot the ball and he just doesn't miss, right? The keepers are doing dumb animations because they know that 97 R9 is shooting the ball. So Pretty crazy. I put Dudek in the B tier. I actually really liked him. I thought he's really solid for the price, too. He's like 40K. Prem Keeper as well. I mean, it's crazy the market now. Like, this type of card, you would say in another FIFA would be way more than what Dudek actually costs right now. So, yeah, really nice card. Baresi's probably going to be in that C to B tier. I love the stats, and I think he's one of the GOATs of defending in real life, but he just gets bullied. Like in the Elite Division, I was trying him today. He just gets bullied. He's very small for his center back, so that's going to be his flaw. Other than that, very fast, insane defending. There was a couple times where his tackles were so noticeably crazy. So, yeah. I think Van Basten's probably C tier. I think with the 5-star, I think he's got 5-star weak foot and the 96 shooting. That is obviously crazy. But I just think you're always going to be let down in the end with some of the players that are a little bit maybe average body type, taller. I wonder what his actual body type is in FIFA. Obviously he's got a 5-star weak foot, 3-star skills, but he has high and average. So that usually is going to let you down. I will say this, if you are like doing the German crosses or crossing a lot, Van Basten would be way higher on your tier list. You could probably put him at A because I'm sure you can make it work with like him as like a Weghorst role or something like that. I'll put him in the B tier. I think that's fair. Vieira top tier S. Incredible card. Incredible card, right? 85 pace, 92 defending, 93 physical, 87 dribbling, 84 passing. The most incredible thing about this version of Patrick Vieira, and this has gone a little bit under the radar with Vieira, right? He has a weak foot upgrade. He has a 4-star weak foot. That's a massive deal because when you're building out now, it's very noticeable that you have that. It's crazy too as well that the World Cup version actually had 84 pace, and that version is faster than the Prime. I didn't even notice that the 88 has actually 85 as well. So obviously crazy card for Vieira. I'm actually going to put Blanc in the 8s here, guys. For 300K, I mean, 82 pace. He's got the longest legs in FIFA. I think he's out of this world good. I love Blanc in FIFA. So if you haven't tried him out, and I would say 300K is more of a budget center back, try him out. Kenny Dalglish, I'm putting in the 8s here. I know. Sorry, the S tier. Might shock some of you guys, but I'm going to put him in the S tier. I think he's really good. 5-star, 5-star. Passing is good enough now for sure. Shooting is crazy. Give him a Hawk or a Hunter or even an Engine. Crazy, right? 5-star, 5-star. All right, Joe Cole. I think you could make it work. I think you could actually argue D tier because he's got such good dribbling. B tier because he has such good dribbling. He has obviously the pace and the shooting and the passing, but I think at the end of the day, you probably want to put him in C just because there's nothing super special about his card. I mean, like Ollie I would have in D, but I put him in C because he got the skill upgrade. Joe Cole is still 4-4. There's nothing too unique about his card at this time of the year, and he's really, really, really cheap. Which I say don't let that affect the rating of what I'm going to give someone in this tier list, but at the same time, I also feel like no one's using him. Whereas, like, I think Ollie is definitely more than D tier now because he has the 5-star skills. Joe Cole just 4-4. Still okay to use. Lil Bro Owen is going to go in the D tier. Xavi as well. I don't think this version of Xavi is good. Marquisio, I'm putting in S tier. I don't really care if that upsets you. I think he's a pro player. I think he's a pro level card. Every pro that's tried this card loves him still, right? They all tried out this version. They love him. Driven passes are crazy. As a secondary CDM, he's incredible. In a 4-4-2, he's incredible. He's so good. I know he's expensive, but I think he's so good. Kenny Dalglish, I'd actually put this version probably in the C tier. I don't think he's D tier. I think, they actually kept his 5-star weak foot. So I put him in the C tier. I think you could go with that for Dalglish. Obviously still has 5-star weak foot, still has good dribbling, and, has decent shooting. So I'd put him there. And then you got 2 players left. You got the objective Lampard, which I would probably put in the C tier. I don't think there's anything too unique about that. C tier works for me. I think Forlan, I'd probably put him in the edge of B with Van Basten, just because we're getting to the time of the year now where, you're looking for those 5-star weak foot or 5-star skills, and he is still 4-4. But, obviously 92 pace, 91 dribbling, 95 shooting, it's still a really nice card. So, yeah, I mean, looking at this list, I think it's pretty fair. You could probably move a couple things around. You could probably make the argument for Xavi to go up to A, maybe even Owen. Lampard seems fair. Dudek, I actually think is really good. It's nice that actually through both teams we have 2 keepers in the B tier. I think they're both very usable. You could maybe argue that Ollie goes down here, and Yeah, I mean, I always feel like C and D are really interchangeable. It's like B is when the players are definitely usable or relevant or good. Um, I think Joe Cole is an interesting one. Like, maybe he does belong in B tier. I think it's a card that's been slept on. I think price difference and rating wise, if he actually had a 5-star skill or a 5-star weak foot, like this card would be insane. But he does have multiple positions. He's got good pace. He's got good dribbling. Reactions are a little bit low, but yeah, overall I think it's good. So this list we had 4 in S tier. I feel like if you want to drop one of them, it could be Kenny, but I think he belongs to be up there. So yeah, and obviously the difference between, like, you're probably like, why is Kenny up there and Del Piero isn't, right? Well, let's compare, right? Let's compare. Let's talk about it. So, for me, let's put Kenny and boom. So Del Piero is almost more expensive. So Del Piero has 89 pace both ways. Kenny has 93-91, right? I like that. Now, Del Piero does have crazy finishing, 80 balance, 88 agility, right? Kenny has 93-91. For me, that's the difference, right? I know Kenny only has 57 long passing. You're not going to really notice that with a striker. So that's the difference for me. Thanks for watching the tier list, guys. Appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know with what you disagree with. And I will see you guys in a video later. Peace.